Hi everyone. I'm very excited to show you this project wherein if the users fill in this Google form, the data from this form submission is sent to a custom GPT. And once the GPT receives all this information, based on how the GPT is trained, it will return a response to the email address mentioned on the form. So over here, you can see that I've mentioned my email address. And once I fill in this form and click on submit, what happens is the responses are recorded in the Google spreadsheet, and the whatever users filled in over here is sent to the custom GPT that we created, and an email is sent out to the submitter of the form with the processed result. I'm going to show you how that looks. Here it is. It takes a few seconds for the responses to be processed. So this is what the GPT said based on the information submitted on the form, right? And let me show you how that works. So on the script side, what I've done is I've created like a configuration file. And on this file, in this configuration file, I have written the instructions for GPT. So these are the instructions for the GPT. Based on these instructions and based on this knowledge file, and this is the model of the GPT, this is the name of the GPT. Based on these details, the GPT processes the information submitted from the form and generates a response. Once the response is generated, it sends an email with that response. So this is how it works. And let me also show you that I have created several files over here. The first one being the update assistant. That means if you want to change these instructions, you can simply change the instructions over here. And once you have changed the instruction, you can run this update assistant function. And what that will do is it will update the assistant. So if future form submissions will take will generate the responses based out of the modified instructions. Delete all previous is to delete all the previous assets, meaning delete all the previous knowledge file, delete all the previous files uploaded to the GPT, and delete the GPT itself. That is what the delete all previous function does. Create new assistant is once after this all the thing is deleted, we can create a new GPT. Once the slate is clean, what we're doing is we can create a new assistant. And how the create new assistant works is, first of all, what it will do is it will check if the assistant is already created or not. If the assistant is not already created, it will create a new assistant, and it will upload the knowledge file ID. Once the knowledge file ID is uploaded, it will create a new vector store. And what the vector store will do is, um, this is the store which stores the knowledge file, right? So once the vector store is created, we will add file to the vector store, and we'll just make sure that the file is added completely. And after that, we'll update the assistant that we created with this vector file. That is how a new assistant is created. If you just want to update the knowledge file, if the file that is used for the assistant just needs to be updated, then we can use this function. And lastly, this is the on form submit function, which gets the assistant response out of the form responses. So what we're doing is we are sending the form responses to the assistant, and the assistant gives back a response. With the response, we are creating a GPT document and then sending an email with the assistant response. So that is what this does. If you need a similar function, or if you need a similar automation where you want to connect the GPT with Google Form or with Google Spreadsheet or with any other Google element, I am the right choice for it. Please feel free to get in touch. Thanks.